Are you working 60-hour weeks but feeling like you're barely keeping your head above water? Here's something that might surprise you. Most of your business problems are coming from just a handful of sources, and most of your success, it's likely coming from an even smaller handful of things you're doing right. What if I told you there's a simple way to figure out exactly where you should be spending your time and energy to get the biggest impact? It's called the Pareto Principle, or the 80-20 rule, and it's been helping businesses cut through the noise for over a century now. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear roadmap for where to focus your limited time and resources. We've created a free worksheet with templates and real examples to make it easy. You can grab it from the description below. What is the 80-20 rule? Let's start with what this actually is, because it might be simpler than you think. The Pareto Principle says that roughly 80% of your results come from about 20% of your causes. Now, don't get hung up on the exact numbers. Sometimes it's 70-30, sometimes it's 90-10. The point is that a small number of things usually have a massive impact. Here's what I mean. Microsoft discovered that 20% of their bugs caused 80% of their system crashes. And when Blockbuster was at its peak, they found that 80% of their revenue came from just 20% of their movie titles, mostly new releases and classics. Even Warren Buffett references this. He said that 90% of Berkshire Hathaway's value comes from just 10 investments. In your business, this might look like most of your complaints come from a few problem areas. Most of your revenue comes from a handful of customers or customer types. Most of your profit comes from a few products or services, and most of your daily stress comes from the same few tasks. And the reason this matters, we're usually too close to our own businesses to see these patterns. We think everything is equally important because we're in the weeds every day. How to actually do this analysis. All right, let's get practical. Here's exactly how to find your 80-20 patterns. Step 1, pick your focus area. Start with one area of your business. Don't try to analyze everything at once. That's overwhelming and won't give you clear results. Pick either a problem you want to solve or a success you want to understand better. 2, gather your data. You'll need at least 3 months of data, ideally 6 months or more. And here's the key, it doesn't have to be perfect. You're looking for patterns. For problems, you can list things like customer complaints, product returns, tasks that feel like time wasters, or expenses that don't seem worth it. For successes, you can track sales by product, revenue by customer, or results by marketing channel. Step 3, rank and calculate. Now put your data in order from biggest impact to smallest. Let me show you what this looks like with a real example. Let's say you're analyzing customer complaints. This might break down to delivery delays, 45 complaints. Product quality issues, 38 complaints. Website problems, 12 complaints. Billing confusion, 8 complaints. And then miscellaneous falls into 15 complaints with a total of 118 complaints. Those top 2 issues, they're 83 out of 118 complaints. That's 70% of your problems coming from just 2 causes. There's your pattern. Step 4 is to drill down until you can take action. This is where most people stop, but this is actually where the magic happens. You need to keep digging until you hit something specific you can actually fix. Let me show you what I mean. Level 1 might be, we have delivery delays. This is too vague, you can't fix that. Level 2, orders take too long to pack. We're getting warmer. And level 3 is our warehouse layout forces workers to walk 3 times more than necessary. Now we're talking. FedEx actually did this exact kind of analysis. They discovered most of their delivery delays came from incorrect addresses and packaging labeling issues. And by focusing on just those 2 areas, they dramatically improved their on-time delivery rates. I know looking at your problems this clearly can feel overwhelming, but remember, you're about to discover that most of your headaches come from just a few fixable issues. Step 5 is to take action. Don't let this become another analysis that sits in the drawer. It is crucial for you to have follow through. Take even one small action based on what you find. Don't wait for perfect information. Make one change, measure the results, and then adjust. This process isn't complete until you actually do something with what you've learned. And if you want to make this process even easier, you can grab our free 80-20 analysis worksheet. It has templates for tracking problems and successes, plus calculation guides, so you don't have to figure out the math yourself. Common mistakes to avoid. Before you jump in, let me save you from some of the mistakes we see people make with this. First, don't get stuck in analysis paralysis. You don't need perfect data. Set a deadline. 1 week to gather data, another to analyze it. Done is better than perfect. Second, resist the urge to fix everything at once. When you see all these patterns, you'll want to tackle them all immediately. Don't. Pick 1 or 2 things, make those changes stick, and then move on to the next. And third, remember that the other 80%, it still matters. Just because something isn't in your vital 20% doesn't mean you can ignore it completely. You still need to keep the lights on. The key is making sure your vital few get the attention that they deserve. And finally, this isn't a one and done exercise. Your 80-20 patterns will shift as your business grows. Plan to revisit this analysis every 6 months or so. The 80-20 rule isn't magic. It's just a tool that helps you see your business more clearly, but that clarity can be transformational when you're feeling overwhelmed or stuck. Remember, even a rough analysis will reveal insights that can save you hours every week and significantly boost your bottom line. If this resonated with you, you can grab the free 80-20 analysis worksheet from the description. It's got calculation templates and real business examples to guide you through the process. What area of your business are you going to analyze first? You can drop a comment below. We'd love to hear what patterns you discover.